Now in today's video, we are going to be going over some new Grounded 2 gameplay, and we are getting all of our gameplay footage from a fellow YouTuber that I like to follow here. His name is Jade PG Crafted. If you guys want to go check out this video, check him out, give him a like, subscribe to him because he has some excellent gameplay for us to check out here. Now let's get into it. Now we got a little bit of extended gameplay of the Orc Bee fight here. Absolutely stellar. Now the first thing about it is this game just looks so much better than the first one. Now I think they're using Unreal Engine 5 if I am not mistaken, which everyone knows it gives way better lighting to everything. It looks a lot better, it gives deeper shadows. It just overall looks so much more better, so much more real, so much more better. What am I doing here? Now, if we just slow this down a little bit, we could take a little bit closer look at the Orc Bee fight here. Now, the transition of the buggies, you could just jump around. You could do the whole fight from the back of the buggy. Absolutely amazing. And you could block. You get perfect blocks. That is so nice. And if we look at this scene here, it looks like we're going to be going into like a little cooler right here. And we see a little baby cockroach scurrying on the left side there. Now, it doesn't seem like they're going to be aggressive. It looks like they're going to be one of those provoked when you hit it kind of things. And then we could have a little bit better view here, climbing up onto the picnic table. Now I'm going to have all of this in slow motion so we could take a little bit better look at everything going on here. And it looks like we have like a little transmitter up here. Now it doesn't look like the normal burgle flags that were in Grounded 1. It definitely looks like something new. And then you always love to see it, the Pebblet Spear coming back into play. I knew it would be there. And we got some kind of weird clear thing dripping down there. I don't know what that possibly could be. Maybe someone could let me know in the comments below. I don't even have an idea what that could be. Maybe some plastic draping down. Not super sure about that one. And from what I have seen so far, Grounded 2 is going to be a much harder combat than Grounded 1 was. You're going to have to switch in between light attacks, heavy attacks, blocking, perfect pairing, and you're going to have to closely observe all the creatures in each one that you verse to try and get the timing correct, because if you mess up, you're going to get pummeled. So it's definitely going to be a bit harder than the first one. Now, the first one was pretty hard. Arguably, there are some people out there that are so good at it that like they don't even lose any health when they're fighting. I am not one of those people. I am not the greatest at games, but you know what? I try my best. That do pretty good. But here we could check out the big snail. I didn't know Big Boy could move around like this. Like, I'm assuming you could attack him and take his resources or his bits, or maybe take his shell and make it a home. That would be kind of a cool thing to do, you know, kill the snail, take his home, put it on your back, and become the snail yourself. That would be pretty cool. Here we got another shot at the Billy Hogs concession stand over there. Looks like that's going to be a huge thing that we are going to be focusing on. I'm wondering if they're going to have like an underground under it, kind of like they had the undershed in Grounded 1. Maybe they could put in some content that they may have cut from Grounded 1 and from the shed itself. That might be a cool theory that we might run into. I think they're definitely going to be hiding something underneath that for sure, though. But it looks like we have these orc weevils over here. And as far as I know, they also explode like the infected creatures did back in Grounded 1. I'm not sure if they're going to be bringing infected creatures back. I have not seen one myself yet, but it looks like orc creatures are definitely going to be a thing in this game right off the rip, rather than having to get towards the end game to unlock the orc creatures to come out and play with you. It looks like they might be like up in the early beginning and something you got to deal with at the very beginnings of the quest. Now on the side there on the left, we could actually see some pine needles. We're actually going to be using that as a new resource in the game. We might make some pine needle swords or something. Don't mind the ads popping up here. I cannot do anything about that. That's just off the gameplay that we are viewing right now. But it looks like there's areas that you will not be able to access with your buggies, as we see so right here. He had to run through, jump off his buggy, And now his chilling effect is going up, and we can see on the right side you could equip a torch to combat it, or craft smoothies to resist the cold effects or get rid of them completely. Kind of cool aspect to get rid of that. Now we got some more gameplay of the Orc Bee battle right here. Oh man, I cannot wait to fight something on the back of a buggy. That is going to be so amazing. And it looks like in order to get mounts, you are going to have to hatch eggs in an incubator and raise it from a baby to be able to ride these things. Now, I don't know if it actually raises up from a baby or not. I think it actually just hatches and then it loves you. I think that's how it's probably going to work. But we can see some of the staff combat here. Now, it looks like he's charging up a little bit and then shoots it out like that. Maybe it does like an area of effect, like damage when you charge it up, but when you just plop it out with a light attack, it doesn't do an area of a damage attack. Not really sure what's going on right there. But looks like we cut to a scene where dude's robbing an ant egg in order to get a mount, and then he runs into these ants. And I gotta say, the lighting is absolutely top notch. This looks so much better than the first one. Like, it just looks more lively. The shadows are deeper. Just overall looks more immersive. Then we have another battle on a mount against a Orb Weaver here. And right there, we can see that the Orb Weaver puts up a shield, and it looks like you're going to have to do a heavy attack to try and break through that. So it's like a paper, scissors, rock game where the creature is going to put up its guard. You'll have to do a heavy attack, and then you can light attack in between. Then you're going to have to guard, defend yourself from the attacks and stuff. Then we can see him jump off right here, and then the spider's going to go into another shield, and he's going to charge up and attack to break that shield off. But it definitely looks like the combat is going to be much harder on this one. You're definitely going to have to think about what you're doing, kind of time stuff out, take a little bit slower look at fighting the creatures. And here's the best part: you could pet your buggies. Yep, that is the best part. It's the best feature. Don't care what you say. It's the best part. And in this scene here, they go ahead and hop up in the bottle here. And at the end, we're actually going to see an Omnit worker that's dead. Just got the skeleton there. Now, I'm assuming that these Omnit dead workers are going to have Omnit badges on them. Now, I don't know if that's going to open up certain doors to like new labs or something like that. Or maybe they might work as a trinket, give you like a bonus like it did in Grounded 1 with the trinkets. But I am super curious into seeing what is actually going on with that, because it definitely looks like he has something pinned to his chest. It might be a note, might be the Omnit badge. Only time will tell. And here we can see that the quest marker says it has to hack the picnic table's Orc transmitter. So it seems like that's going to be part of the story. There's going to be a bunch of Orc transmitters around the yard, and maybe hacking them maybe clears out the Orc creatures in the area, which might be a cool little progression thing. Like, you kind of take over the map with your own influence. But I think that's going to be a really cool aspect of the game with the Orc transmitters. Like I said, if it does get rid of creatures in the area when you hack them, that's pretty impressive. As we're running out of the bottle here, we could actually see the stam bar go down bar by bar. So apparently when you're running for X amount of time, it will take a stam mark away, as we can see right here, as we're running over a crossword puzzle, which we will definitely have to check that out once we were able to. And it seems like this area right here might be a place that we could possibly find an Orb Weaver egg. Now, I haven't seen any of those yet in any of this gameplay or the trailers or anything, so it's a complete guess. I'm not sure where to get the Orb Weaver eggs, but we are definitely going to need that in order to make an Orb Weaver mount. And it looks like we're able to use the mounts to cut up spider webs. Now, I don't know if he collected it or not. I did not see an icon telling me that he did, but just the fact that you could mow down resources with the ant mount is going to make the gameplay of Grounded so much different. It's going to make gathering a bunch quicker, getting resources a bunch quicker, building buildings a whole bunch quicker. It's just going to be a great thing. Now, Grounded 2 has been confirmed. It is going to be in Unreal Engine 5, which means it's going to look really good. It's going to have some cool effects. But at the same time, I'm a little bit worried about running performance because we all know Unreal Engine 5 has a huge hit on hardware. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to be optimizing it into like the great thing that Grounded 1 was, but I hope it is because, you know, I'm going to be playing this on Xbox Series X. I don't know if my PC is actually going to be able to handle it, but I guess we will see what it comes out into. I mean, with early access, we could expect some bugs, some errors, and then they'll probably optimize it over time. Or if it's already great off the rip, I am so down. I am so pumped for this game right now. If you guys are super excited about Grounded 2, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep up to date with your Grounded 2 news and content and to see some awesome gameplay when it does come out, go ahead and subscribe, smash that like button, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!